To another vlog. So you guys already know what I'm getting into. Title says it all. It's about time I get the cutting into the 350Z, man. I've been holding off for a while, just with the simple fact that I've been busy with work, trying to get the EXO build done. That's a whole other story, but I got something coming real soon for that, and I'll give you guys more details on that. Drift build, also another video I'm about to be dropping soon. You guys are gonna be surprised on what happened there. But I said, you know what? In the meantime, let me go ahead and let me grab some parts and whatever I need, and let's get the chopping on this, man. Let's get it on. If you guys don't know, I'm currently running a Duraflex Rocket Bunny style wide body kit, and this is personally my favorite kit out there. And yeah, I've had it on the car for almost about a year now, basically, and I've just been procrastinating on molding it on. Can't really tell you why. It's just a me thing. It was a mixture of me wanting to take it to a body shop and have them put the work in and get it done nicely, correctly, because I'm not a body guy, so I want them to do it right. And a little bit of, I know I can do it if I put my time and effort into it. And I procrastinated so long that now I'm at point B where I'm going to do it myself. So for the most part, I'm going to be doing the rears today. Just cause the front, so I have it pushed more to the right so I can have more space. When I'm done here, I'll adjust the car and get more space over there. But anyways, I have a warped hood, meaning my hood sits kind of lopsided. My original hood flew up on me in the middle of the highway, hence all these rust spots on the roof, which that'll be another video. But I have a warped hood, and my two fenders are bent in from when I was first installing the Rocket Bunny kit. I kind of put too much pressure and bent the fenders in, so the kit doesn't fit exactly how it's supposed to. But it's not that far off, but I'm going to hold off on the fronts. I got a new hood, new fenders coming in. Jumping on the back, I'm going to go ahead, rip these two off. Probably just going to focus on one side right now for the video. I'm going to rip this over fender off, mark where I need to cut, and yeah. All right, guys. So this is where I'm at right now. I ended up switching tools. I went over to my grinder because that there was not working. Now, I went with that because all the research I've done, that's what people are using for whatever the case may be. I thought it was a little more convenient. And for the most part, running off of air, I guess, is decent, not needing to replace batteries and things like that. Now, the problem was, I guess my air compressor isn't big enough. So I wasn't receiving the right amount of PSI, right? Pressure, whatever. I don't know what that PSI is that for. Anyways, yeah, it just kept stopping on me. It is what it is. But this is where I'm at right now. For this side, I'm very happy. I'm still gonna cut all this here to get this, because this is still part of the two-piece layer, the underskin and the outer skin. So I'm gonna cut all that off, and then whatever's remaining, I'm gonna cut slits, bend this up, weld them across here, and then seam seal it. But before I even get there, this is what I want to resolve. You can kind of see the outline of where the over fender sits. I don't want to cut into my bumper, but I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just, because once I get a bigger wheel in here, thicker, it's going to pop out more. I think it's going to interfere with this. So I think I'm just going to cut this off here. And then it is what it is. I think the bumper holds on with more brackets back there, so I'm pretty sure I would be good. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me get some more cutting in. Woo! All right, guys, I'm back. Took me a little while for you guys, 5 seconds. Took me a little while because I had to do a little bit of cleaning or whatever the case may be, right? Now, don't judge me yet. I'm nowhere near done, at least not with this side. Got a little boo-boo. But that did not work out how I expected it to. Now, it's crazy because after cutting the slits and trying to get some welding in, a few little flaps held on, but it was burning straight through the car. Long time ago, where is it? I went and bought these rivets. Reason being is because I originally was going to cut these flaps and riveted them onto the quarter. If you look at it from here, the point of this, right, this normally sits about right here. So as you can see, I just cleared about 3 inches, give or take. The point of this is because when I get, it's a wide body kit. So overall, instead of the fender sitting about right here where it normally will sit, right, give or take, it's extending up to here. So now what's going to happen is when I get wider wheels that extend up to here and I lower the car and the wheels stick out, let's say the same height, but they stick out about here. If my original fender sits here and I try to go down, the fender's going to crash on the wheel. So my wheel's sticking out here and this arch, when I air out, understand what I'm saying now? Ain't no contact. That's the point of this, right? Now, seam sealer, just a little explanation. See these little gaps here? Water, rocks, bugs, all types of shit could get in there, and that's how rust accumulates, right? All these little gaps here. So now what I'll do with the seam sealer is I'll go ahead and I'll cover all these exposed, because all this is grinded and whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? All that could rust up. So with the seam sealer, I'll go ahead and I'll cover all that up, fill in all these holes and stuff like that, so moisture, rocks, and whatever doesn't get in there and cause rust. That's where we at. So just wanted to show you guys how it looks after riveting. Boom. Now I'm gonna go ahead, get that seam sealer going, and when I'm done with the seam sealer, I'll turn the camera back on, show you how it looks with the seam sealer before we go ahead and reinstall the quarter panel. Whew. All right, y'all. Listen, the next couple of words I'm about to tell y'all, keep it in mind when I show y'all how I did my seam sealer. All right? I'm going to put it in letters on the screen. There is no wrong way of doing things, just different ways. Giving it a minute for that to settle in your mind. Understand what I mean? There is no wrong way of doing things, just different ways. Capital different. Keep that in mind. Another thing I want you to keep in mind that kind of backs up that quote. So make sure you put the quote dash Julio DP so people know it's me, right? Keep in mind what's the purpose of the seam sealer. Once you keep that in mind and see what I did in your mind, you'll be like, okay, his quote makes sense, right? There is no wrong way of doing things, just different ways. Dash Julio DP. Bam. It doesn't look bad, guys. Now, some of you might look at it and be like, yo, what the freak he did? It does not look bad, guys, right? The point of the seam sealer is to cover any exposed metal or openings into the wheel well, right? To prevent rust. That's the point of the seam sealer. I've seen a few videos. Guys did it way cleaner than this, right? Some people went ahead and used like a caulking gun and just went on lines or whatever the case may be. I've seen different methods, right? I feel like this method is the best method. And I'll explain why. Behind the folded tabs, right, is all exposed metal because I grinded it down to bare metal so that when I weld, metal on metal contact. So boom, bare metal there. Also grinded down the tabs itself so that it's bare metal from when I'm welding. Also, I drilled 2 holes into each tab for the rivets. So just drilling alone is exposed metal. Another way to get rust. In between each gash, each cut, each flap, whatever you want to call it, there's openings. Fill that up with a seam sealer also. Openings for water, moist rocks, and things like that to build up in the wheel well. Once again, causing rust. So I took care of it that way also. Another thing is, even though I not sanded, but I grinded down the edges of each flap, they're still pretty sharp. So this seam sealer being kind of thick, even though it's going to sit under the over fender, which, by the way, none of this is going to be seen because it is going to sit under the over fender. But even though it's going to sit under the over fender, if for whatever reason I need to get my hand up under there, don't know why, but you never know. Last thing I want to do is cut my hand on that. So that nice thick layer is kind of covering. I don't want to touch it because it's still kind of wet. But yeah, I thought about hitting it with a second coat of seam sealer just to be safe. But I think this is more than enough. Y'all comment down below if y'all think this is more than enough seam sealer. I know a lot of you body guys that watch this or whatever the case may be might be looking like, oh my God, what the freak did he do? I'm sorry. I did what I know how to do. I'll be real with you. I did what I know how to do. All I know is that point of that is to cover any exposed metal and openings to prevent future rust. And I think that is perfect for it. Give me a thumbs up if y'all agree with me. All right. So now, next step, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let this dry, giving it about another 5 to 10 minutes. Next step is, if I'm not mistaken, we'll go through my notes because I have a couple notes on that whiteboard over there on the steps on how to do this, just so I can remember. Next step is I'm going to go ahead and clean the outer surface as good as I can because I need the best surface to stick on. Because now what's going to happen is I'm going to come here. I'm going to sand all that down. And a lot of people use acetone, I think it is. I don't have that, so I'm going to use rubbing alcohol. I'm going to sand all that down, then hit it with some rubbing alcohol to give it the best clean surface possible. Same thing here, sand all this down, hit it with some nice rubbing alcohol, clean that up. Then I'm going to run a nice thick layer of glue across the edge here, all around. Once I put that thick layer all around, I'm going to go ahead, put it on here, hit it with the same self-tappers as before, screw those in. Hopefully those hold. If they don't hold, or if I see any gaps, like let me show you an example. See this little gap right here? Something like that. If I see any gaps after I hit it with the self-tappers, then I'm probably going to put some extra self-tappers in there, or I might even rivet it. Something along those ways. Or I might just rivet it to begin with. Let me see if these rivets fit that. They're too big. Oh, yeah, this might work because those holes are smaller. So I just got to open them up, hit them with some rivet, and that should be good. Only thing with rivets that's scary, once they're on there, they're on there. Now, yes, I can drill it out, but when I'm riveting, it's because I don't plan on removing it again. So that's where I'm at. But I want to take a quick second to appreciate everybody for tuning in so far. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Like button, smash that thing, man. Let's go ahead and let's start bringing my likes up. Each video I'm probably getting 3-4 likes. Let's start bringing the likes up, guys. I want the likes to match the amount of views, right? If it's 40 views, appreciate it. I want 40 likes. If it's 2 views, appreciate it. I want 2 likes, all right? Let's start matching the likes to views ratio. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, scroll down below, hit that subscribe button. So, yeah, let me go ahead and let this dry out for another 5 minutes. I want to make sure that that seam sealer is nice and thick. I'm going to go over it with a bright flashlight to make sure that there's no openings. If there is, top it off with more seam sealer. If there's not, then I'm good on that end. And yeah, I'm going to start the cleaning. Run upstairs, use the restroom, grab the rubbing alcohol, and I'll be right back, guys. All right, so your boy's back. I made some good progress. I'm happy, right? I went ahead and y'all see that's not white no more. I just hit it with a little silver spray paint just because the car's silver. I kind of figured it would look better, right? Give me some thumbs up, y'all. I'm a little creative sometimes. So it's that gluing time. For those of you that want to know, I'm using that 3M panel bonding adhesive, right? I don't know what's the dry time on this. I know they say let it sit for about 24 hours when you apply it. So we'll see what's up. I got the wifey coming out in a minute to give me a hand because the plan is I went ahead and I scuffed this up. I'm going to hit it with some rubbing alcohol now just to clean that surface. Apparently this car has some body work done to it, but it is what it is. Clean that up. Went ahead and I sanded this down. I'm going to hit this with some rubbing alcohol also. And then what I'm going to do is once that's cleaned up and hit with rubbing alcohol, I'll hit it with some air so it could dry really quick. Hit it with a nice thick line of glue on the actual frame itself. A nice thick line of glue on this. Throw in some inserts. And then the wifey's going to help me on one side, line it up with the holes while I do the other side. So let me go ahead and set this up. So this is where we at, man. This is where we at. I'm very happy. Looks very good. Went ahead. I think I saw it. I don't know what was the angle like. I just set the camera up, and I know the glue time once you lay it out to gluing it onto the body or whatever the case would be. I know it ain't that much, so I didn't want to spend too much time trying to talk and things like that. I gave her a quick explanation of what to do. So you guys saw it. Clean the surface on the car, clean the inner surface of the over panel, and all the holes were pre-drilled and ready for the rivet. I did it off camera. For some reason, when I test fitted them again, you guys saw the clip, none of them were fitting. So I just had to adjust some of them again, but it's all good. Now we got it on. I initially did not want to mold the rear part of the kit onto the bumper. I was going to leave this just hanging off and mold the rest of it. But I'm starting to think to myself, I don't think I'll ever be in a situation where I have to remove the rear bumper, which is the main reason why I didn't want to mold the kit onto the rear bumper portion. But like I said, I don't think I'll ever be in a position where I have to remove it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is how it's looking. It's sitting pretty flush for the most part. There is, like you see, if I squeeze here, air comes out, whatever the case may be. That's because it's not sitting flush. So I might hit it with some self taps here, like in between each rivet. Might just hit it with some self taps so it could sit more flush. Then tomorrow I'll take them out. And yeah, so 24-hour drying period I need on this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave it now to dry for the 24 hours. And appreciate everybody for tuning in. Part 2 of this, I'll probably have this side molded in also, which is gonna be a little more difficult with the gas cap, but I'm trying to make a nice, quick, simple video. I said it before, my videos aren't how-tos. I just wanna bring you guys along the ride with building my cars. So now you guys get the idea. Part 2 of this is gonna be me checking up on this side. This side's probably also gonna be complete and actually putting in body filler and Bondo and all that good stuff. So that's what we're gonna be at, guys, for part 2. Tune in on that. Once again, in the description down below, I have my TikTok handle. I always post teasers on TikTok. Make sure to tune in, guys. Go and tune in. You watch. What else? Instagram. I also post teasers on Instagram, but most of my viewers are from Instagram anyways. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, my neglected 350Z is finally getting the work and the love that it deserves. I don't know how I feel about the wing. That might change. We'll see, guys. I don't want to tell you too much. But like always, guys, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, hit that bell button, and don't forget to share the video. I did a $50 appreciation giveaway for all the love I've been receiving lately, and I will be doing another one. This next one is going to be $100. Every single time I do a giveaway, it's going to be more than what it was previously. So shout out my cousin Jeffrey that won the last giveaway. I do everything fairly on live, and I leave the story posted on my Instagram for you guys to check it soon. But yeah, I don't have much to say. I will be catching you guys up on that within the next couple of videos, so stay tuned on that. And I do got some moves I've been doing behind the scenes, and stay tuned, guys. DP family, I love y'all. We're growing rapidly. Let's keep it going.